Hi there, I'm Mike Carberry and I'm the chair of the Johnson County Board of Supervisors. And I'm running for re-election. I'll be on the June 5th Democratic ballot, and I ask for your vote an hour before June 5th. So I've been a Democrat all of my life. I was raised a Democrat, started knocking doors for Jimmy Carter in 1975, and I've worked for every Democratic candidate on the ballot ever since. I'm the former chair of the Johnson County Democrat Central Committee. So not only am I a Democrat, but I'm a Democrat that makes a difference. And that difference is the policy that I work on, the progressive, liberal policies that I've always worked on. And those are justice issues. I've been a fighter for justice. Matter of fact, I've been a fighter all of my life. My mother and I both almost died during childbirth, and I've never stopped fighting. I learned about sustainable agriculture from my dad, who was a large animal veterinarian. I learned about social justice issues and economic justice and racial justice issues from my parents. So some of those issues I've been working on, let's just talk about a few. Economic justice. Johnson County is just such a wonderful place to live in, but it's the most unaffordable place to live in the state of Iowa, mainly because of our housing prices. We have worked on affordable housing. We've given almost $2 million over the last 3 years to affordable housing in Johnson County. But the most important thing I've done on environmental justice is I was the third and deciding vote on raising the minimum wage in Johnson County. We raised it to $10.10 an hour with index inflation, because nobody can survive here on $7.25. As a matter of fact, we know that nobody that works full-time should have to live in poverty. So we raised that minimum wage to $10.10. Last year, the state took away our ability to enforce that, but we worked with the Center for Worker Justice to make sure that people continued to pay that minimum wage. As a matter of fact, over 160 different companies and businesses in the county are paying that Johnson County minimum wage of $10.10. The indexing to inflation, we recently announced that inflation had increased 1.7%, so we increased the minimum wage to $10.27, which will be taking effect on July 1st, and we asked those businesses that are paying the minimum wage of $10.10 to increase it to $10.27. So other issues, social justice issues, worked on, the Community ID program. We passed the Community ID program 3 years ago, and it allows people to get a kind of a ID card that allows them to check out a book or to open a bank account. But the most important thing it allows them to do is engage with public safety. And public safety meaning that they can report a crime against others or report a crime upon themselves without fear of being deported. Because we really don't care about what someone's immigration status is. We care that our community is safe. As a matter of fact, violent crime has gone down 11% in the last 2 years since we started the Community ID program and community policing throughout the community. Environmental justice, stopping urban sprawl. Stopping urban sprawl was something that I ran on. The North Corridor development area looks to be shrinking. When we pass the new comprehensive plan, we're going to start doing more infill development and growing the cities from the city limits outward. I've been an environmental advocate all my life. I was talking about that earlier, and that's just another part of environmental justice is stopping urban sprawl. Racial justice is a big issue for me. We have a community that has some hate crimes going on. We have some real issues with disproportionate minority contact. We're working on those. I sit on the board of the local NAACP, the local chapter here, and I'm also on the committee for disproportionate minority contact. So I'm a fighter for justice, for racial justice, for economic justice, for environmental justice, and for social justice. I'm a fighter. I need you to fight for me if you want to see me reelected. You can find out more about Mike Carberry. You can find out more about my campaign at www.carberryforsupervisor.com. Again, I ask for your vote on June 5th or before. This has been Mike Carberry. It's been nice spending some time with you. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Janelle Reddig. I'm a Johnson County Supervisor. It's been an honor to serve the people of Johnson County for the past 8 years. I'm running for re-election to my third term as a county supervisor. A little bit about my background. I grew up in Illinois. I went to Knox College in Galesburg, Illinois. And like many people, we came here for graduate school. My spouse was studying for a PhD. And we fell in love with Johnson County and the people of Johnson County and decided to make this our home. I've been working in government literally since I graduated from college. I worked for a presidential campaign. I worked for the Illinois legislature. I worked for the United States Congress. I've campaigned and volunteered on every social justice activist cause there has been. I owned a small business on the north side of Iowa City called Alternatives. It was an environmentally friendly business. I've served on boards and commissions at the city level for the Iowa City Airport Commission, the county level as the Trails Advisory Chair, and at the state level as a Natural Resources Commissioner for 6 years. As a supervisor, I've served on every board and commission that the supervisors served on. I've been part of Iowa City Economic Development, the Chamber of Commerce, UNESCO's City of Literature, Convention and Visitors Bureau. It's been a pleasure to serve the people of Johnson County, and we've accomplished a lot over the last 8 years. We've done things like save Sutliff Bridge, increased the minimum wage, built solar arrays, 6 of them now for Johnson County services. We've increased our sustainability efforts. We built roads and bridges and trails. We've put almost $1.9 million in the last 3 years into affordable housing. We've increased our programming budgets for poverty programs. We've created livable communities. We've done so much, but we've been able to do that with balancing the budget, lowering the levy, and lowering debt. And to do all that, it takes someone who's very much has an attention to details, and I'm that person. I'm a mix of a social liberal and a fiscal conservative in a way. It's not so much that I dislike government and don't want to spend money. I just want to squeeze every drop of ink out of the money I can. So studying budgets enables me to find money for things that are our county's values. I'm a progressive, I'm a liberal, I'm proven, I'm innovative, and I'm a leader, and it's important to me to get things done. I'm often asked what are the most challenging things facing the county, and the answer used to be growth, growth, and growth. But the answer's changed over the years. The answer now for me is growth, growing poverty, and a dysfunctional state government. And in order for county government to function, we need people in county government that are innovative and creative and can find paths forward to handle all of those problems. It's great to be a growing county. It's much better than being a county that's struggling. But it has its own problems. People need services, people need access, they need better roads, they need more trails, they need more conservation efforts, parks and recreation. And in Johnson County, we're accomplishing all of that. In my next term, if you all vote for me and you allow me to serve 4 more years, there are things I want to get accomplished, such as crisis intervention. We need a facility so that we're no longer arresting people or putting them in the emergency room that just need services. We need more affordable housing downtown. I'd like to do a county project that's a public-private project on land the county owns to put more affordable housing right next to our county buildings. I'd like to see us historically restore the county courthouse and the county poor farm. I'd like to see us put more effort into poverty and try to figure out a way that our dollars in affordable housing can make meaningful impact. All of these things are important to me, and I think they're important to the people of Johnson County. I really appreciate the opportunity to have served the last 8 years, and in my next 4 years, I promise to work very hard. I promise to get out there, ask a lot of questions, be innovative and creative. I would appreciate your vote on or before June 5th. My website is janellereddig.com, and I welcome your questions and comments. Thank you very much for sharing this time with me.
I'm Pat Hayden, a Democrat running for a seat on the Johnson County Board of Supervisors. I was born and raised on a dairy farm in western Iowa. I actually grew up with 4 brothers. I often comment, it wasn't whether we were going to fight any given day, it really was the method we were going to use. But truly, I have so many fond memories of growing up on that farm, and my brothers today continue to be my strongest supporters. But Johnson County is my home. It has been my home for more than 40 years. I raised my 2 daughters here as a single parent, and I spent my entire professional career in Johnson County, retiring from Oaknall Retirement Residence in 2016 after 36 years of service, the last 21 years as its executive director. My passion for public service really comes from my mom, Eileen. She served as a Democrat on the Crawford County Board of Supervisors in Western Iowa. To date, she has been the only woman who has served on that board, and she was one of the first women to chair such a board. In 1996, she ran against Steve King for a seat in the Iowa State Senate. I often think of how Iowa would be different if she had prevailed. So, what will I bring to the Johnson County Board of Supervisors? First and foremost, I am a strong and experienced leader. I will facilitate collaboration, compromise, and common sense. I will provide strong fiscal management and prudent use of resources. I will encourage open and honest discussion, and I will mentor the more than 500 county staff. There are many issues facing Johnson County today, and there are opportunities also. 3 issues for which I'm most passionate about are services to the elderly. We know that the fastest growing segment of the Johnson County population is the elderly. And I have spent my entire professional career and a lifetime of community service in the cause of the elderly. I will bring valuable experience and expertise to the Board of Supervisors. The second area is mental health care delivery. All of us have been touched in some way by mental illness, including my family. We must ensure that care and services are available, accessible, and affordable to all who need that care and that service throughout the county. And the third area is land stewardship. One of our greatest responsibilities is the management of our natural resources. We want to make sure that we reach out widely and listen very carefully as we set priorities. With the dwindling state resources and the increased need in the county, we must and we can do better. In the inspiring words of President Obama, one voice can change a room. I am that voice. I would appreciate your vote on or before June 5th. I will be a strong, compassionate, and effective voice who will give you and all the people of Johnson County a seat at the table.